这是第10周啦，笑死！这周知道了 idioms 是分时代、分地区使用的，但是经典永流传的那些表达还是值得练习的。Lesson 1: Meetings. How did the Citizen Park Council meeting go? Carol. Oh, it was a typical one. George raised the question of improving the children's playground. That started a long argument about social and recreational services for our community youth. No one really wanted to get down to business after that. You mean that most of the time was spent on a general exchange of views? Exactly. It turned into one big bull session. Was anything accomplished? Not for a long time. Finally, I had the floor and suggested that we put an end to the long debate. Everyone agreed, but the arguing continued. I was just wasting my time. 涉及到短语有 bull session, a discussion with no organized focus, get down to business, to start serious work, have the floor, have one's turn to speak, put an end to terminate, to stop, waste one's time, to make useless effort. What happened after that? Well, the chairwoman, Mary Alice Davis, made a comment which brought the whole thing to a head. She said that we were all acting like children. Then everyone realized that we'd have to pull together instead of bickering. Did you ever reach a decision? Well, first we took a break. Then we divided into small groups to determine different solutions to the issue. Did you finally vote on the various solutions? Yes, after Mary Alice worked behind the scenes trying to get us to agree. So everyone had a voice in the final decision. Yes, after we approved of one solution, Mary Alice brought the meeting to a close. 涉及到的短语有 behind the scenes, in private, not in public. Bring to a close, to end officially. Bring to a head, to reach a critical point. Have a voice in, to share the decision on. Pull together, to cooperate, to work together. Take a break, to stop for a brief rest. Lesson 2: Parties. Do enjoy going to so many social functions. My wife Diana and I both do. It's fun to dress up for special occasions. Diana always looks forward to getting dolled up and going out. What is it about dressing up that appeals to you? Well, it's an opportunity for me to put my best foot forward. You know, to make a good impression on others. What kinds of parties do you like best? Parties where international foods are served. Those kinds of dinner parties are in right now. I must say I enjoy sampling new foods. How about cocktail parties? Oh, they become so run-of-the-mill. When I have to go, they generally put me to sleep. 涉及到短语有 be in, to be popular, dolled up, attractively dressed and prepared with cosmetics. Dress up, to wear one's best clothes. Put one's best foot forward, to make the best possible impression. Put to sleep, to boring, not to interest at all. Run-of-the-mill, ordinary, average. Don't you think that there are still a lot of cocktail parties in town? Oh yes, even though I'm bored of them, I must admit that they are still a good way to keep in touch with friends. Do you take it for granted that the same people will always be there? Yes, but I run into someone new and interesting at nearly every party. Did you meet your wife at a party? Yes, I met her at a friend's party. We hit it off from the start. Did you notice her right off? Oh yes, I saw her the moment I came in. She smiled nicely at me. Did she flirt with you? Yes, she did. As usual, she won't admit it, but she did. I'm glad she did. 世界的短语有 flirt with, to try to attractive, hit it off, to become friends quickly, keep in touch with, to remain in communication with, write off, immediately, without hesitation, run into, to meet unexpectedly, take it for granted, to assume or to expect it to be true. Lesson 3. Uneasy situations. What's the most unusual situation you have been in? I think it's this interview. You really took me by surprise. I don't know what to say. I know what Susan means. I'm uncomfortable in any new situation. It's so easy to throw me a curve when I don't understand what's going on. I hate being in the dark. So new situations keep you off balance, definitely. And you, young man, what's your most unusual situation? Several years ago, I was at a rock concert that got out of hand. Boy, that was scary when everyone rushed towards the stage. Fortunately, the security officers handled the situation with kid gloves. Everything turned out all right. 涉及到的短语有 get out of hand, to be out of control, to become accessory. Handle with kid gloves, to treat with care and restraint. In the dark, in ignorance. Keep off balance, to cause to be confused or uncertain. Take by surprise, to be unexpected. Throw a curve, to mislead someone, to deal unfairly with. And you, ma'am, when I met my husband, it was at a party, and I didn't know anyone. He asked me to dance and made a fool of me on the dance floor. It was entirely uncalled for. I was so upset that I didn't speak to him for 2 years. However, he kept writing me letters of apology, and now we're married. What's your most unusual situation, sir? Well, let's see. I suppose it was when I entered the army. I just didn't fit in with military life. I was always up to my neck in trouble. I really felt out of place, but they won't let me leave. And your unusual situation, son? My surprise birthday party wasn't a surprise at all. You see, my sister let the cat out of the bag accidentally. I didn't want to lie down that I knew, so we didn't say anything. My mother worked so hard planning the party, and I didn't want to throw cold water on her efforts. 涉及到的短语有 fitting with, to feel comfortable with, to suit, let on, to tell, to admit, let the cat out of the bag, to reveal a secret, make a fool of, to cause to feel or appear foolish, out of place, uncomfortable, not belonging, throw cold water on, to discourage, to dishearten, uncalled for, unnecessary, implied, up to one's neck, very busy, overwhelmed. Lesson 4. Social requirements. What's the most important thing for a young married couple? Well, you have to know how to behave properly. So good manners are important for everybody. If you goof up in most social situations, you'll find yourself in hot water. I think Kate is exaggerating a bit, but she does have a point. Good manners are important. So you more or less agree with her? Yes, you could say so. Another thing that young couples worry about is keeping up appearances. Many young couples are forced to be on every important social occasion in town. If they choose not to participate, they might rub someone the wrong way. 涉及到短语有 being on, to participate in, goof up, to make a mistake, keep up appearances, to maintain a public image, in hot water, in trouble, having difficulty. More or less, generally, somewhat. Rub the wrong way, to irritate or annoy someone. Do you try to keep up appearances like that? Not really. That would be out of character for us. We are pretty free and easy. That's the truth. We are not name droppers, like some of Kate's friends. Roger, how can I say that? They're just interested in rubbing elbows with people in the arts and the sciences. You two aren't going to have an argument, are you? No, he just rubs me the wrong way when he talks like that about my friends. Kate has a point. I suppose I have fallen into the habit of making fun of her friends. I'll try not to do that anymore. Really, just don't try to butter me up. It won't do any good. 这段社交的短语有 butter up, to make someone feel good for one's own purpose. Fall into the habit of, to become accustomed to. Free and easy, very casual, relaxed. Name dropper, someone who mentions the names of important people to impress friends. Out of character, inconsistent with usual behavior. Rub elbows with, to have close contact with. That's all for week 10. See you next week.